earlier than we were. So what time did the team arrive at the airport?
I got there about 4:20 this morning, and they were about 10 minutes behind me. So 94 was nice and empty, but some of these girls, I mean, it's a long day.
Yes.
They tried to get a nap at Julia's place, but some of them pulled an all-nighter, so it's going to be interesting to see how a collegiate hockey game follows.
We want to thank the Lindahl there and
the Badger game, and we have to have a shout-out to Julia's grandmother, Marilyn. She's watching the game on the iPad in Halleck, Minnesota. So we appreciate that. It looks like we're having some Wi-Fi issues.
Yeah,
right when I do the most important shout-out of the night.
Well, we will we'll go back and get that to her again. We were connected via the Ethernet, and then that wanted to stop working right when we started to go. And now we're trying to see what we can do here. So
we've got pretty nice facilities up here in the sky, a desk, and you can see the rink. It's not too cold, but the Wi-Fi's been a little tough on Mark.
So that's all right. That just keeps me.
It keeps me trying to practice to do play-by-play while you do all the technical stuff. We're short a director. Mike, where are you when we really need you?
For better or worse, I think he's at Spartan Stadium watching what's going on there, which can't be a heck of a lot of fun for him.
Eva Hung's grandmother, thank you for listening. You might be the furthest away.
Absolutely. As I think we're going to be on and off here, which is interesting. I don't know what else to do about it except for try and deal with it. So we may have some very, 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 very spotty internet if it works at all, which is interesting. So
we also have a shout out to perhaps the oldest fan, and she's a Spartan, but she listens strictly for the broadcasters. Gigi Lau at Brecken in Ann Arbor, 97. So thank you for listening.
Absolutely. We appreciate that. So we'll cross our fingers and see what's going on here. So Michigan is 4-2-1, number 15 out there on the ACHA national rankings. So right kind of at the edge of the national rankings. They are they have not won in the last 3 games, so they won their first 4 games, beating Davenport 10-0, beating the Spartans 2-0, beating Davenport 8-2. Then they lost to Adrian 6-1, and they lost to Miami 6-1. Then they had a draw versus Miami, so that was at. Do me a favor, make sure all of this stuff is plugged in properly there, because I think I might have popped out due to the. Perfect. Okay. All right. So trying to troubleshoot. Let's see what happens. As I think we're live and 1.5. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed. So sorry about that, folks. Anyway, Michigan 4-2-1, number 15. Their last game versus Miami. Oh, so you were talking about, the officials got it right with number 25 who was there.
Yeah, they got it right in as far as suspending or kicking out of the game, suspension for that game. And then the Miami serving a bench minor.
Yep.
They didn't go back and
disallow
her goal.
Disallow the goal.
Which would have given us a win versus the tie, which is bitter. That and the offsides in that game, everything else was perfect.
So Michigan, it was 2-2 shots on goal, 26 for Miami, 48 for Michigan. Miami was 1 for 3 on the power play, serving 10 penalty minutes, and Michigan 0 for 4 on the power play. Serving 8 penalty minutes. It started off with Lindahl with her 9th goal of the season at 2:57. That from Malashevsky and Secreto. And then no scoring in the third, or no scoring in the second. In the third, at 7:05, it was Lorelli with her 6th goal of the season, a power play goal for Miami. Then at 12:01, it was Smith scoring her 8th of the season. That was the one that was on a prior review offsides, but there is no review out there for that. So And then taking a look, it was Garbetti, Grace Garbetti, at 18:30, who tied the game.
The
Her
assassin.
fifth goal. Exactly. Cummings with her fourth assist this season. Ferris with her fourth. It was Gonzalez on the tie as well as Johns on the tie. So taking a look at the top five scores as we're about to get going here. Lindahl has 15 points on 9 goals and 6 assists. Carr has 10 points on 7 goals and 3 assists. Garbetti has 8 points on 5 goals and 3 assists. Malashevsky, 8 points on 2 goals and 6 assists. And then Cummings and Farrell both tied with 7 points on 3 goals and 4 assists and 2 goals and 5 assists.
I sent you the lineups if you.
Excellent. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We're going to hope we're up and going.
I hope they can hear what we said before because it was brilliant.
As coming out, local
There she
goalkeeper Von
From
Turch.
Minnesota.
Indeed.
She's played here before.
Also skating out there. As coming out, we have Colwich. And then Ceballos. Lindahl, also obviously local, just over in the Plymouth area. Farrell skating out. Her parents were at the Lindahl's house. They got to talk to them this afternoon.
Yep.
And Malashevsky comes out
Who's
to the blue
one
line.
of the travel coordinators done a fantastic job with this trip.
That can't be easy to get
No.
a lot
And-
of people.
and the stress of maybe rebooking 24 of us.
So James comes out as the goalkeeper of note. Moore skates out to the blue line. Mitchell skating out to the blue line, starting for the Gophers.
Easy jerseys to read for you.
It is. Ross skates out to the blue line.
So is that their number one goalie in more ways than one?
I can tell you in a second. Pearl out Perel out there, and then Rolf. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, the playing of the national anthem. As again, live here from Ritter Ice Arena on the campus of the Minnesota Golden Gophers. The NCAA women's team just finished before us, and they beat Bemidji by 7-1, and they had 63 shots on goal compared to Bemidji's 10. We're going to hope that it's a little kinder to the away team in this game.
Yeah, we hope so. And there are still lots of good seats if you're in the area.
They are, if you're in the
My
Twin Cities.
Gosh, there's a lot of good seats.
It has been a crazy day around here. As the NCAA women's team just finished up here. The men's team is taking the ice at Mariucci Arena. So there was a lot of cars around here.
And there's a basketball game.
And there's a basketball game. So
and tomorrow in town, the Vikings take on the Bears.
So my wife's Bears will try and take down Mr.
The Bears.
J.J. McCarthy and the rest of the Minnesota Vikings.
And
as a Lions fan, I have no idea who to root for in that one.
I was going to say, in the Norris division, I'm not sure who I want to win that game.
Exactly. Oh, the old...
Maybe they could tie and the Pac would have people with ties in the division.
As getting ready to go, Rolf and Malashevsky right at center ice. We appreciate any of the Minnesota fans listening as well. We appreciate you and your hospitality coming out here. Is that fired all the way over by Pearl?
They got a shot.
Pearl into the near corner now. Michigan he brings it the other way as Malashevsky ahead. Racing in. Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl fires top of the far circle. That comes out in along the far boards. Wolf with it over there. Malashevsky takes it. Fires it out in front. Lindahl with another
nice
shot.
Pass.
Saved by James.
Emily setting people up. That's what she does, man. That was sweet. Came out of the corner, won the battle, put right out on her stick. And there's no replay today, so we can make stuff up, right?
There is no replay. I just, with two of us, it's a little hard. Someday I'll try and run the replay computer and do play-by-play, but today was not that day. That sent in. Hill had it. Now it comes all the way around out to the near side of the goal. Trying to take that back behind is Hallberg. Hallberg sends it down the far boards. Held in at the far point by McGough. Here it comes. Trying to race over. Gordon gets it. There's a shot out there and a save.
Rhea, who's back from injury. Good to see her out there getting a shot early. Got the wrist all fixed up.
Good to see Dilla back out there. She has had some time off. Gordon in to take the face off. On the other side is Jarman as that puck goes into the far corner. Moore has it there. Moore sends it right back behind, trying to tip that away. Puck all the way back to coming down the far boards. Racing ahead with it is Hill. Hill gains the zone outside the far circle. Gordon trying to knock it away as that goes right through into the near corner. Opportunity is Elling trying to get to it. Now that out to Gordon. Gordon coming over center ice. Gordon coming down the far boards.
All by herself. She's looking for help.
Gordon trying to get around.
Good job.
Trying to make her way around Rolly Murph. That puck tipped. Right in along the far boards. Held in. Good job to fire it all the way back deep. Puck into the near corner. Racing over. Trying to grab it is Olerking. Outside the near circle. Popping away at it. Cummings at it. Now coming over. Garbady tried to get to it. Yeah, it looks like.
You know, they're doing it with basically two linesmen.
Elling.
Two refs.
Fires it over. That's tough.
That's a lot of work. They could miss some goals here today.
Trying to get to it. Metz sends it all the way across into the far corner. Beck has it there. Beck moves it into outside the far circle. Trying to pull that away. Still battling back there is Perel. Now coming over. Wolf with a shot and save by Von Dersch.
They can't let her have that shot. Yeah, they could easily miss something with only two referees.
We will hope that they do their
budget
level best and do a great job. Face off in the far face off circle. Wolf trying to get to that, taken down in along the near boards. Michigan trying to bring it out back into the neutral zone. Mitchell trying to send it right back in. Duffany moving it down the far boards. Fired back in by Schaub. Puck back behind the goal, gathered up over there, trying to move it around. Outside the near circle, Minnesota trying to get it out of the zone. Rolf down the far boards. Now bringing it in is Ross, and that's a save by Von Dersch.
Well, you can see their game plan is to put everything on the net.
17:29 left to go here in the first period. As looks like we're going to keep our fingers crossed and a four-leaf clover close at hand that our network helps us out here. Puck into the near corner. Trying to feed it across. Michigan gets it out into the neutral zone. Coming down the near boards was Duffany. Now, Kolwich has it at her own blue line. Kolwich down the far boards, trying to deflect it over to Bobby.
Good play to
Jarman.
save that. We were short on D.
Jarman keeping it in. Now that back out into the neutral zone. Olerking has it. Olerking in top of the near circle. Shot there off of the end boards. Bobby back behind the goal, underneath the near circle. Bobby trying to move it out. Minnesota has had more shots thus far. Shaw.
They playing that lively dasher pretty well, too.
Absolutely. Olerking goes back behind her own goal. Feeds it from the far side to the near side. Trying to pull that out is Altman. Back into the neutral zone. Lindahl has it. Puck wouldn't settle down for Lindahl. Now she spins down the near boards. Backhands it back deep. We do want to say hello to Marilyn, Lindahl's grandmother.
You think that the early shutout didn't go through?
I just in case, we want to make sure Marilyn in northern Minnesota hears us. And
Halleck, Minnesota on the iPad.
Telling us that we are very, very grateful for her watching.
Appreciate it very much.
Absolutely. Thank you to everyone who watches it, supports these teams.
Ava's Ama in California.
Nice. We appreciate
Eva
that.
Hung.
Face off in the near face off circle. That's going to be to James's right. Gordon in to take the face off. On the other side is Rolly Murph. Scoreless so far. Puck back to Secreto at the near point. Moving. And comes right back behind the goal. Trying to get to it is Mitchell. Now into the far corner.
Nice play. Oh.
Puck. Move. Trying to pull it away is Dilla. Still battling. Puck comes over in along the near boards. Outside the near circle. Secreto holds
Nice
it in. Blast
screen.
Just goes wide. James got a piece of it with the blocker, and that comes all the way back to the far
It's
point.
right under her elbow, too.
Now
Okay,
rolling
2
Murph
on 1.
coming the other direction. Rolly Murph was able to knock a stick
Okay,
away.
They're on a change. We got some.
Secreto gains the zone outside the far circle. Secreto trying to work against Moore. Comes back behind the goal. Underneath the near circle. Secreto outside the near circle. Moves it back into the near corner. Rolf knocking that away. Now Moore sending it all the way around. Ross has it outside the far circle. Into the far corner. Mitchell.
Front.
Moves
There.
it back
Oh,
behind Dillon.
That's
Trying
twice she's done that move. It's a sweet move. They're not on it.
to. Ross sends it around. And gathered up by Perel. Now fed ahead. Trying to keep it in was Secreto. Couldn't quite do it.
Pink
Trying
tape
to-
Secreto.
Indeed, trying to just make me mistake her for Hung. It's now both Secreto and Hung have the pink tape. And knocked away by Van Tersch. Ferris has it in along the far boards, trying to get it ahead to Cummings. Cummings battling at the far point of her own zone. Trying to pull it out of there. Jarman back there as well.
D to D. There you go.
All the way across, down the near boards. Kalis moves it right back over to Ferris, underneath the far circle. Ferris quickly ahead to Cummings. Cummings trying to backhand it, that loose in the
not a
slot,
good
intercepted. Puck into the near corner. Trying
Nice
to poke
play.
it away. Altman back
Maddie.
there. Now Kalis trying to get to it, coming in. Hill with a shot that
Over
just
the
goes
net.
over the crossbar. Back over. Kalis has it. Now coming ahead with it. Here comes Cummings. That puck ahead. Garbady top
Wide
of the
open.
far circle in
Oh.
front. That sticked into the near corner by James. Puck outside the near
2
circle.
on 1. We got a shot, but
Back into the neutral zone it goes. Ferris ricochets it off the far board. Metz trying to get to it. That pulled back away by Rolly Murph. Intercepted by Bobby. Bobby has it poke checked away by Elling. Now sent all the way
they're gonna
down,
call
and that
that.
is going to be icing.
boy, she just missed it.
And we'll head back into the Michigan zone. 13:51 left to go here. As a Michigan team that has been up at least since about 4 a.m.
Yeah,
taking a plane this morning, and
yeah.
we appreciate that.
Well nourished with a pregame pasta meal, but they might be a little short on the shut eye.
As Rolly Murph trying to win it into the far corner, all the way over to Metz. Metz trying to send it along the near board. Here comes Michigan into the neutral zone. Duffany all the way across, racing over to get to that puck. Outside the far circle.
in.
Oh, out in front.
It's
Trying
there.
to get
Oh,
to Duffany.
yes.
Loose and Shaw puts it in.
There you go. That's a first puck, I think.
If it is Shaw who put it in, that would indeed be a first puck. She came right behind that.
That was a nice play. I thought the earlier shot had gone, but that was playing for the rebound. Good for them.
So going across in the line, looks like it was Shaw first.
Yep, that's how you can usually tell. I'm just looking for my first goal directory. I have it here. Yep.
By the way, speaking of pucks, Lindahl has 97 points in the ACHA, so that might be a fun puck that Coach Ned gets to
Yep.
do
Pull together.
sometime soon. Love to see it in this weekend, but
I have a limited supply with me here, but if I have to use them up, I have to use them up. I couldn't be happier.
absolutely. Puck loose. Mitchell trying to get to it. Now brought in by Perel. Down the near boards. Malashevsky trying to dig it off. Over to Duffany. Duffany bringing it across. Coming in. Malashevsky. Malashevsky with a shot. That one just goes wide. Along the far boards. Lindahl trying to get a piece of it. That puck back into the neutral zone. Coming down the near boards is Perel. Perel into the Michigan zone. Outside the near circle. Now Secreto trying to knock that away. Pulled back as Ross has it right at the blue line. Ross feeds it as that goes right back behind the Michigan goal into the near corner. Gathered up there by Secreto. Secreto trying to make a move. By the way, we want to thank Jimmy Secreto for sending us a message. I didn't see it in time to reach back out to him, but I will do so early next week. So thank you, Jimmy. Really appreciate that. Mitchell trying to pull it away. Here comes Malashevsky into the zone. Top of the far circle. That put on net and grabbed by James. 1-0 Michigan with the lead at 12:23. 4-2-1 Michigan versus 2-10 Minnesota. This Minnesota team, this is their first year in D1, right? They came up from D2.
Well, they used to have a team back in the day and won a national championship, but they come and go. And a good explanation at lunch today about how that happens, because there's so many smaller schools around at D3 and thing that take the players, so they have trouble maintaining a D1. So it could be recent history.
Out in front, trying to get that. Gordon loose and comes just over outside the near circle. Altman trying to get it out of the zone. Held in by Secreto, trying to weave her way in. There's a blast by Gordon. Saved by James into the near corner. Sent around by Dilla underneath the near circle. Dilla racing over to get to it.
They smell blood now.
As Tia had it, now Secreto moves it. Top of the far
Sam.
circle to Carr. Carr trying to work her way through traffic. There's a shot out
there
in
it is.
front. Backhanded
Yes!
shot and a score. As that put in, Manami Gordon scores. That makes it 2-0 Michigan.
I think she's got family here too, so that's cool.
That is awesome. It is, again, I know I say it a lot, but the way that the family travels for this Michigan team is amazing. Seeing all
and
the
for you
all
to
the
say
parents
that
and
the
folks
way you travel.
We're just silly broadcasters. It's amazing that the parents make it all over. They
Silly broadcasters. I'm not arguing with that.
I try my darndest.
You're my ticket to be here. I'll tell you that. If you hadn't shown up, my wife would be like, "Why did you go to Minnesota?"
Cummings has it outside the far circle, sends it back to Metz. Metz moving over to Ferris. Ferris in along the near boards, trying to poke that away. Battle for it is Rolly Murph trying to hold it in, fired right back in. Minnesota has to touch up. Ferris moves it ahead, right at center ice. Back over to
Take that
Garbady.
forward.
And that managed to come off of her stick down the near boards. Michigan controlling in their own zone, sending it down the far boards. Held back in there by Beck now, racing over to get to it is Metz.
Minnesota's doing a pretty good job of getting sticks and lanes.
Puck back into the neutral zone, fired ahead by Moore.
There you go.
Now racing ahead is Ferris. Ferris over center ice. Ferris sends it deep as Michigan goes for a line change. Ferris trying to get to it. Her and Moore battling right back behind the Minnesota goal. In along the near boards, Perrell trying to feed it across.
Nice to see Garbady step back and play D.
Ross has it on the far circle, firing it out.
And she took that pot. They took that person. Good for her.
Ooh, Ferris out in front, shot and a score as Perrell puts it in. That at 10:34 is Minnesota able to put it in, as that will make it 2-1.
Yeah, that just, did a nice job of covering up, getting Garbady back. Then it was just a little bit of a breakdown at the other end once it came out of the corner.
Minnesota is doing a really good job at clearing the zone, too, when it comes out, so they can fire it back in very quickly.
Yeah.
Down the near boards, Michigan trying to bring it ahead. Rolf sends it back, Mikolwich sending it down the far boards. Intercepted, trying to feed it ahead to Bobby. That comes right back.
Quick sticks.
Into the near corner. Michigan ahead to Duffany. Duffany all the way across that tip. Now going over to get it is Savile. She's battling with Ross outside the far circle. Jarman sends it right back behind the Michigan goal. Now Bobby coming down the near boards. Bobby trying to get it out of the zone. That puck into the neutral zone and back into the Minnesota end. Icing waved off. Back over to get to it is Hallberg. Hallberg.
That's a better end to play in, guys.
Hill has it down the far boards through the neutral zone.
Far side, wide open.
Hill brings it in for Minnesota. Good job to poke check it away. Here comes Duffany the other direction. Duffany over center ice. Duffany top of the near circle. Duffany makes a move coming in as that's knocked into the near corner. Good defense by the Gophers.
Yep.
Puck battle outside the near circle. Now Lindahl takes it back.
There, nice.
Out in front.
Oh, they hit a pipe.
Oh, that was off the crossbar. And
nice pass.
Trying to work her way into the slot as that puck pulled by Minnesota the other direction. Here comes Hill. Hill.
We're really doing well in that area where it gets dirty right in front in the house.
Hill sends it right back behind the goal. Secreto trying to knock it away. Secreto moves it in along the end boards. Now pulled into the near corner.
Nice
Feduk
pass.
Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl trying to work her way through traffic. Lindahl into the slot. Lindahl backhanded. Oh, the puck wouldn't settle down. Otherwise, she had an excellent opportunity.
She got a little lacrosse play there, too. I got to tell you, that she had some help with the stick work.
Into the far corner. Metz has it, trying to get around back to number 10's battling in the far corner. Out in front, Von Tersch knocks it away. Here comes Michigan down the near side of the ice. Farrell has it. Farrell with the shot. That goes back deep. Picked up back behind the goal by Olerking. Olerking ahead. Gordon trying to knock that away. She scored last for Michigan. Now right back into the neutral zone. Ferris has it. Ricochets it off the near board. Trying to sweep it back deep as Dillon.
With too many men.
Sent all the way across into the far corner. Olerking has it there. Now outside the far circle. Carr trying to pull that away. Battle for it in along the far boards. Gordon trying to chip it. Ross back over there battling as well. Now Dilla underneath the far circle over to Carr, trying to get it back to Dilla in the far corner. Carr has it outside the far circle. That poked away by Ross. Now Gordon trying to get to it. Back to the far point. Shot there. Deflected on the far circle. All the way back. Ross trying to get it out of the zone. Now Gordon has it back in the neutral zone for Michigan. Michigan's defense resets as Perrell, who scored last for the Gophers, trying to steal that away. Now Ross all the way across. That taken away by Garbady. Garbady into the Minnesota zone, but Hallberg sends it back the other direction. Ross feeds it right back behind the goal into the near corner. Hallberg moves it back. Now Olerking feeds it down the far boards. Ross trying to set it up. Now Jarman gains his own. Poke checked away. Michigan trying to pick it up. Altman tried to pull that away, but here comes Garbady. Garbady on the near circle. Garbady with a shot. Bounces out in front. Trying to get
Still
to
right
it is
there.
Kalis. Back turning. Kalis trying to get a shot, but that knocked down. Good defense by Hill. In along the near boards of the Michigan zone. Hill back there trying to provide coverage. Tipped all the way back deep into the Minnesota end. Mitchell has it in the far corner. All the way around the near boards. Gathered up by Altman. Altman feeds it across, trying to get it over to Rolf. Now Hill has it. Ceballos outside the far circle. Ceballos and Hill battling in the far corner. And back over to Secreto underneath the near circle. Secreto trying to get around Perrell. Now here comes, just off a coming stick. Back into the Minnesota zone as Michigan goes for a change. Mitchell has it in the far corner. Knocked away
Nice
by Duffany.
Oh, jeez.
Into the near corner.
Here we
Tia
go.
trying to get to
Love
it.
that.
Intercepted by Shaw.
Oh, nice.
She had
She's
the
going
first
for two.
goal. Yeah, she'd love to get a brace. That pulled in along the far boards.
She had top shelf on that stick side.
Rolf
Good
trying
try.
to get it out of the zone. Dumped right back deep into the near corner of the Minnesota end. Secreto battling outside the near circle.
I like this forecheck.
Tia trying to move it down the far boards. Now Tia rims it off the glass. Held in at the near point. Here comes Shaw. Deflected back into the neutral zone. Gathered up by McGough. McGough coming down the far boards. McGough fires it back deep.
Get physical with McGough. That'll be good.
James stops it right back behind her own goal.
That's a losing proposition.
Moore trying to fire it ahead. That grab by Metz in her own zone. Now Secreto has it along the near boards. Tipped down by Malashevsky. Trying to move it over down the near boards. Farrell trying to get to it. Now Lindahl. That's sent around by Hallberg. Hallberg sends it deep.
Calling that good.
As they'll say, it was tips. Metz right back behind Von Tersch. Down the near boards.
Nice
Farrell
touch
touches
pass.
it over. Now Malashevsky gets it down to Lindahl.
Get it
Lindahl
to
gains
the
the
speed
zone.
horse there. Oh, nice
Moves
trailer.
it back to Farrell with
Nice
a shot.
hard shot.
Oh, James with the save. Lindahl has it on the far circle.
Good to see
High
her.
slot. Ferris with
There's
a shot.
another
That
shot.
tipped. How James saw that when it was tipped out front, but able to make a big-time save there.
Net can rip them. That was a good shot. That's good to see. She does it in practice. We're trying to get one at the game in a game.
4 minutes, 57 seconds left to go here in the first. 2-1, Michigan with the lead here from Ritter Ice Arena. Beautiful arena, as Coach Ned was saying in the open. It's the oldest women's Pacific Collegiate rink in America.
Yeah,
We
the
appreciate
first.
that. All the way back deep into the Michigan zone. Ferris has it in the near corner. Ferris moves it all the way across. Now back to Ferris underneath the near circle. Ferris moving it over to Carr. Carr coming down the near boards. Carr
Nice touch. Laid it out there.
to the neutral zone. Pulled back by Olerking. Olerking backhands it over to Hill right in front of the scorer's bench. Now Rolf with it. Rolf Gains his own.
Got
Top of the
momentum.
far circle.
Nice
shot
shot.
there. Von Tersch with a save.
Good save. It just squirting out a little bit in front of her. She got in trouble with pushing it forward. That's good. She covered it. That was great.
So they have on the big board shots on goal 13 for Michigan, 4 for Minnesota. Is that about what you have?
I have 13 for Michigan and 7 for Minnesota.
So you're being nicer than the people on the scoreboard there.
I'm out homer in the homers.
Along the near boards.
Well, when you spend 60 years at the sport, you better be able to count shots.
Trying to get to it, Gordon right back behind. We also have probably a better view up top here in the press box. We really appreciate Minnesota letting us come in here.
And I don't have anything else to do.
Oler King coming down. I get that. Ross fires it deep into the Michigan end. Kolwich picks it up in the near corner. Kolwich coming down the near boards, feeds it right back into the neutral zone. Intercepted by Tia. Tia fires it right back in. Gathered up by Ceballos right back behind Von Tersch. Ceballos coming down the near side of the ice. All the way back. Moore has it in her own zone for Minnesota. All the way across to Mitchell. Mitchell up the near boards. Into the neutral zone it goes. Hill sets it over to Altman. Altman outside the near circle. Fires it deep into the near corner. Cummings trying to get to it. That away from Jarman. Held in by Hill. Tipped out in front.
Way to take her, Mari.
Now Michigan feeding it back into the neutral zone. But Mitchell right back into the Michigan end.
Dump it in on us. We got to play keep away here.
Ceballos underneath the near circle. Ceballos
smart play.
Banks it off the end board. Now that rimmed all the way around the near boards. Gathered up back there by Kalis. Kalis going back behind her own goal from the near side to the far side. Wolf trying to provide pressure. Intercepted and is put back deep by Moore. Ceballos has it back behind her own goal. Now Kolwich down the near boards. Intercepted. Oler King has it.
Off.
That's all the way back deep into the near corner. Ceballos with it. Ceballos trying to get around Perel. She has the Minnesota goal. Outside the near circle with it. And Perel firing it. It's Von Tersch with the save. Here comes Cummings. Cummings racing down the far side of the ice through the neutral zone.
Wow,
Cummings over center ice.
Fly.
Yeah, Ross has some wheels. Hallberg has it back into the near corner. Coming ahead with it is Oler King. Oler King retreats back into the near corner. Now feeds it in along the boards into the far corner.
Tough pass.
Rolly Murph trying to get to it now. Duffany with a blast. James with the save.
Oh, we got another one coming.
Segredo fires it just wide. All the way back, McGough. And tipped away, and that's going to be a penalty. Coming ahead with it.
That got to be a trip.
Indeed, is Elling feeding it all the way across. Now into the near corner. Tia had it. And it goes all the way back into the neutral zone. Hallberg retreats into her own zone. Delayed penalty upcoming to Michigan for a tripping call.
We don't want this to go on too long. We have a propensity to give up delayed penalties.
And puck outside now. Segredo has it, and that will stop the play. So at 1.
Interference.
Interference the call.
On McGough. Or McGruff.
It's going to be at 1:26.
Lover physicality. Referees, not so much. Finish the period shorthanded, start the next one shorthanded.
Indeed. So interference on McGough. First power play of the game is for the Golden Gophers. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Malashevsky trying to win that, and that fired all the way down the ice. With 1:22 left to go here.
Look,
trying to pull it away underneath
you got
the
a
far
trailer.
circle.
You got a trailer. Kill some time.
With
oh,
it.
my goodness.
Lindahl trying to fire it over to Malashevsky. She had an opportunity and just missed the near side of the net. Moved ahead by Perel.
Get back, guys.
Coming back is Ross. Ross, top of the far circle. That went off of a pair of skates, but Tia puts it into the far corner. 1 minute left in the period. Minnesota with it in the Michigan zone as that goes wide into the near corner. Racing over to get to it.
Here
comes Malashevsky.
2-on-1 on a shorthanded.
Malashevsky on the far circle the way across and just out of Lindahl's reach as she tried to get to it. Excellent opportunity. Backhanded shot. That knocked away in front by Rolf. Outside the near circle, Lindahl fires it to the blue line. Lifted in from there, tipped back. Moore has it back behind her own goal with 27 seconds left in the period.
They're doing a great job of killing this penalty. They're getting shots.
Are indeed. Malashevsky over. There's a shot by Lindahl that just goes wide. Now Perel has it down the near boards. Perel.
They're tired.
Into the neutral zone. Ferris trying to get to it. 10 seconds left here in the period. 42 seconds left in the power play to Minnesota. Holberg has it back behind her own goal. 3, 2, 1. That will do it for the first. At the end of the first, it is Michigan 2, Minnesota 1. And there will be 34 seconds left in the power play advantage for the Golden Gophers.
I like this scoreboard right in front of us. That's pretty sweet.
It is nice, and I did not notice that. I wondered why the shots on goal screen was so big. They put the penalty right in there as well. That is lovely.
Yeah.
So we'll get an ice resurfacing here. So it started off at 13:35. It was a goal by Schaub. Then at 11:47, it was a Michigan goal by Gordon. And then it was Minnesota scoring at 10:34. That was Perel. And then at 1:26, Michigan penalty to McGough for interference. And that will be 34 seconds left on that. Any thoughts at this moment on the first period there, Coach Ned?
Well, they had 8 shots. We had 14. That's a good tendency. We just got off a plane, a bus. You know, we've been up for
many hours.
Many hours and a couple time zones. So, you know, I'm not thrilled with 2-1. I think we need to do better if we're going to come out of rankings with this trip in a good place. But, you know, considering what we've been through today, and, you know, we've had some challenges that we haven't been able to control. I think we finished stronger. The guys will coach them up. I'm fine with it. I mean, I saw a lot of really good things. I think we're doing a really nice job of trying to get rebounds in the house and get second shots, second, third shots in the muddy area, the dirty area there, and
Indeed.
that's encouraging. So.
And James is playing well. We had a couple opportunities down there. Von Tersch doing an excellent job on the other side. So it should be an exciting game. Well, we'll step away, and we will be right back. Let's play a little bit of the Michigan Marching Band as we are here at Ritter Ice Arena, home of the Golden Gophers. It is Michigan 2 and Minnesota 1. You're watching Michigan Women's Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting. Well, at least it seems like the internet issues were trying to only happen during the break. I have now
During the
switched
music?
from one puck. Well, we tried the Ethernet, it didn't work. Switched to a puck, it didn't work. Switched back to Ethernet, looked like it was going to work, then it went out. I'm now on a second puck, so we have a different one. We retired the Verizon one right now. We're on AT&T. If I have to, I'll break out the T-Mobile puck. So thank you for putting up with the struggles. Hopefully everything will be okay now.
Is that a technical term? The pucks?
Hotspot puck. I don't know. I'm around hockey too much. I call everything a puck. So
There's a lot of puckers in here.
Some
That's
old
funny.
ones too.
Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. Get your shot in, buddy. All right.
Hey, I'm not much younger at this moment.
Yes, you are.
Depends on the
because of the
morning.
moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's funny.
I believe I've gotten a few more gray hairs in the last 5 to 10 minutes during that.
There is a smoke screen in here if that's from your Your rage at
That's from the little
internet.
gerbil upstairs running on the wheel trying to make things happen. Thank you, folks, for watching. We are very, very grateful. We appreciate it. Hopefully, we're going to, with chewing gum and Scotch tape, we're going here. And we're going to try and keep it going. So you folks are wonderful. 2-1, Michigan with the lead. Michigan going left to right here in the second period. As it's Rolf in there on the other side. All the way down, trying to get to it is Ceballos. Ceballos in along the near boards. Now that fired all the way across. Colwich trying to get it out.
We're starting on the
on the penalty kill for next 25 seconds.
Yep.
And fired across by Tia, trying to get to it. And along the far boards, Michigan feeds
this could
it
work.
down.
This could work. Area pass, 2-on-1, shorthanded.
Here comes Gordon all the way across, trying to get to Carr, and it wouldn't settle down for her.
Oh, nice try.
Is in along the near boards. Perel has it. Perel trying to get it out of the zone. That's swept ahead by Tia. Now Ross coming down the near boards. Ross into the zone. Well, trying to get into the zone. That was tipped away by Michigan, battling right in front.
Even up.
Of the Gopher bench. Now picked up Colwich. Back behind the goal from the near side to the far side. Colwich feeds it down the far boards. Here comes Dilla. Dilla over center. Dilla trying to get past two Minnesota players into the near corner. Oler King.
Boy, she's kicked off the rust from being off for a long time. I'm impressed.
Absolutely. Is that puck into the far corner.
Look at the battles. Here we go, right in front.
Michigan back to full strength. Puck into the far corner. Jarman trying to get it there. Now Hallberg sends it around the near boards.
Nice pinch.
Sacredo trying to hold it in. Now that's sent back into the neutral zone. Battle forward along the near boards of the neutral zone. Carr ends up on the ice. Here comes Hill. Hill with a blast. Von Tersch with a save.
I should mention that McGough was in the box, and she earned a new nickname this morning at Chick-fil-A. It was Michelle.
Michelle. Well, you're always in a little trouble when you give them your name, and then someone else has to. Yes.
Well, that's fine. Mine was NAD. N-A-D. We were all cracking up at our bags this morning.
That comes down the far boards, tipped ahead, trying
nice.
to get to Lindahl. Lindahl brings it in. Lindahl, high slot.
Nice
that went
block.
off of a skate into the near corner. Lindahl going from the near side to the far side, trying to fire it out in front. Now Malashevsky steals it away. Malashevsky trying to feed it out in front. And coming in with it is Metz. Metz backhands it. That tipped away, loose on the far circle. Now bringing it down the near boards. Moore off the near board, gets it back into the neutral zone. I think that went up into the Michigan bench.
Yep, I think so. 1-1 shots.
We are so grateful for you folks watching. And tomorrow's game will be at 1:30 Eastern Time, 12:30 Central. Hopefully, it'll be a little less chaotic around this area. They have a couple youth hockey games in this rink beforehand. That moving ahead, trying to get to it is Farrell. Farrell fires it. And right back behind. Trying to tip it away. Tia moves it all the way back. That'll go on edge.
That could be icing, and it's rolling on fresh ice. That should be. Oh, they won the race.
As they wave it off, Minnesota gets to it first. That puck down the near boards. Rolf trying to get to it into the near corner. Battling. Trying to pull it back there. McGough sends it down the far boards. Gathered up by Perel. Knocked down. Now grabbed by Garbady. Garbady trying to get it past. That went off of a Minnesota pair of skates.
Careful, 14.
Perel trying to get it back there. She has the lone Minnesota goal. Cummings trying to pull it away. Cummings out in front is Garbady.
Oh, my goodness. I thought that was going in.
Trying to just grab it and deflect that pass in.
Beautiful pass.
Now Colwich at the far point. Colwich.
Proving your angle. Nice shot.
Front. Coming into the far corner is Cummings. Cummings gets it right back outside the far circle. Working on it. That knocked away. Heading the other direction is Rolf. Rolf sends it down the far boards. Now Hill trying to race back. Hill in along the end boards. Colwich trying to pick that up. Now Garbady underneath the near circle.
Nice physical play by Kara.
Garbady was ridden off the puck. Now Dilla had
Deep
it.
slot.
Iron in front, knocked away. Tersch got a piece of Von Tersch got a piece of it. Now coming down the far boards. Cummings fires it back deep before she goes for a line change. Moore has it in the near corner. And fired all the way around. Gathering it up is Altman. Altman feeds it ahead. Jarman had it. Now Michigan intercepts right at center ice. Gathered up by Altman. Sent back over to Moore. Moore banks it off the far board. Trying to get it back in deep there. Into the far corner. Altman trying to provide pressure in the Michigan zone. Schaub with it. Now racing ahead is Bobby. Bobby over center ice. Bobby gains his own.
Rip it.
Bobby trying to get in, poke checked away.
Close. She had
Picked
to
up by
toe
Elling.
drag.
Elling going the other direction. Loose right at center ice. Now down the near boards. Michigan moves it back. Ferris feeds it ahead. And all the way back deep and along, and that will be icing.
Boy, that was close.
It was. It'll go right back into the Michigan zone. 15:38 left to go here in the second. 2-1 Michigan with the lead. All three scores were in the first.
I think they're only keeping track of the Michigan shots.
They have it 16-6.
That's way off.
That puck into the far corner. Well, you're being nicer to them than their own scorekeeper, so holding it in. Hallberg has it. Send it back deep. Perel underneath the near circle off the side of the net.
That should mark that one down.
We really don't want Minnesota to get this game tied up as Hallberg goes back into her own zone. Hallberg trying to avoid pressure back there by Schaub.
That was clearly a shot on net, and they're not going to put it up. Whatever.
Is that coming all the way down in along the far boards? Ross with it, knocked away into the far corner. As Minnesota has it, Perel off the side of the net. That goes all the way through
She
the
may
crease.
have lost a blade back there. No.
And puck intercepted as Hallberg banks it right to the Michigan blue line. Metz trying to knock it away. Metz and Hallberg battling right in front of the Minnesota bench. Trying to dig it out of there. Goes back into the Michigan end. Ferris into the near corner. Rims it all the way around the boards. Trying to get it to Carr. Carr coming down the far boards, but that's sent the other direction by Mitchell. Loose right to the Michigan blue line. Chipped ahead right in front of the scorer's bench. Now fed into the Michigan zone by Minnesota. Hill trying to get to it outside the near circle.
They are beating us to pucks a little bit here.
Ferris into the far corner. Ferris outside the far circle trying to dig that out of there. Hill back there as well. Puck right back behind, firing it out. Good job by Metz to clear that away from harm's way.
Fill a lane.
Now coming ahead with it. Fired back deep by Metz. That'll go right back behind the Michigan goal. Gathered up there by Olerking. Olerking into the far corner for Tia. Intercepted by Lindahl. Lindahl trying to move it onto the far circle. Lindahl again trying to pull it away. Now Malashevsky underneath the far circle.
Look.
Carr trying to get to it. Puck loose. Now back.
Good recovery because, man, was she open.
Good job to hold it in. Trying to work her way in there. Lindahl with a shot and a goal.
That's 98, right?
Lindahl with her 98th point. Michigan has the lead.
Right on the ice, far post, bingo, money.
Beautiful, beautiful
nice
shot there right at 13:41. And that was a goal by Michigan Lindahl. That was, by the way, our first goal in the first was at 13:35. So it takes us about 6.5 minutes to get warmed up in a period. Now making it through, Secreto gets it over to Lindahl. Lindahl, she'd love to get 100 right in this game.
Boy, there was a semi-try to check that didn't work out.
Outside the near circle, back at it. Now back to the blue line. McGough
nice
holds it in. McGough over to Secreto. Secreto weaving through traffic. That went off of a defender's leg. All the way back deep into the Michigan zone. 13:14 left to go.
Be ice.
That'll be icing and head back into the Minnesota end over to our right. Again, live from Ritter Ice Arena here on the campus of the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Face-off will be in the Minnesota zone. 3-1, Michigan has the lead.
We do need to put some points on the board for the rankings.
It's Michigan number 15. You really, top 12 go to nationals, but boy, you'd really like to, with people winning conferences and stuff, you'd really like to be in the top 10.
Last year, booted us right out.
Ceballos trying to get to it, that puck down the far boards. Mitchell sends it right to the blue line, but not out. Mitchell again trying to get to it. Now into the far corner is Kalis. Kalis back in along the end boards. Mitchell pulls that away. Kalis and Mitchell battling.
Here
Kalis
we go.
fires it out. There's Kolwich with the shot. That went off of a defender.
Boy, that's going to hurt.
Outside the near
There's
circle.
a penalty coming somewhere. Must be on them.
As Ceballos with the shot, and that covered up there.
What's the big bell I hear once in a while?
That is my computer that runs the music, giving me random Windows alerts, which I would rather not have, but that's okay. Cross-checking
Should
is the call.
Should I have not asked?
It's okay. Cross-checking the call into the box goes Mitchell.
Go feel shame.
As 12:35, that is a Minnesota penalty. Michigan with their first power play of the game.
What's
Face
our
off.
percentage now on the power play?
I will tell you in just one moment. Out in front, trying to get
Oh.
it was Cummings.
Did she make the save on that? Just go wide. Wow, that was a nice play.
As Michigan's power play percentage is 21.4. Shot there off and
That's a
saved
shot.
by James. So Michigan with the 21.4 power play percentage, and Minnesota with a 65.2 penalty kill percentage.
Wow, that's pretty good for them. That's not a bad power play percentage for us either.
1:45 left to go in the power play. Face-off in the far face-off circle to James Wright. Hill trying to get to that outside the far circle. Hill has it down the far boards. Held in, loose on that far circle, still battling. And that'll slip back out into the neutral zone. Ferris has it at her own blue line. Ferris ahead to Lindahl down the near boards. Lindahl had the last Michigan goal. That went right off of Cummings' back. She didn't see it.
No.
As here comes Malashevsky. Malashevsky outside the far circle. Malashevsky goes back behind the
Her
goal.
move.
Underneath the near circle, Malashevsky moves it back.
Oh!
Trying to get to Ferris. That just slips past.
Ferris wants that one back.
Racing back, Jarman providing pressure for Minnesota. Ferris back behind her own goal. Trying to get it over to Lindahl. As Jarman trying to knock it away. She has it pinned up against the board. Here comes Lindahl.
That's a good kill there.
57 seconds left in the power play for Michigan. Here comes Garbady. Garbady gains the zone. 11:25 left to go
Close
in the
to all
period.
sides.
Garbady back behind the goal, underneath the near circle. Over to Farrell. Farrell all the way across, top of the far circle. Now to Secreto. That went off of a skate into the near corner.
Letting that rip one from here. So they're giving it to her to walk right in.
Secreto high
There,
slot.
right there. Walk
on
right
the near
in.
circle. Farrell with a blast and a goal. Coach Ned called it
Oh, man.
right
She
from
can
here.
rip them. I asked her to please take some shots like that at practice this week because, man, she's hard on our goalies, and that is just a sweet shot.
That was beautiful, just inside the near post. Makes it 4-1. Michigan with a, that was a power play goal.
Oh, good. That's cool.
So that will help the
Our
percentage. Face off right at center ice. 4-1, Michigan with the lead. 11 minutes left to go here in the second. Secreto back. Jarman sends it back deep, right back behind the Michigan goal. Hill trying to knock that away.
Nice save.
Still battling into the far corner. Secreto trying to move it out. Knocked away there by Oler King. Now here comes Secreto over her own blue line. Secreto has it poke checked away, but gets it back. She feeds it all the way deep into the Minnesota zone. Trying to get to it is Hallberg. Hallberg outside the near circle. Schaub with back there.
Like the way Cadence moves it up.
Right
Smart.
out in front. Bobby trying to feed it
defenseman.
out in front. That was sitting right in the slot. Nobody
Oh,
there.
teed up. Yeah, we were just changing.
Back behind the goal, here comes Minnesota. Oler King coming down the far boards. Carr trying to steal that away. Carr has it. Two players in front. Carr trying to weave through traffic. Carr works her way in, and a save by James. What a save as Carr was weaving like she was on a loom. And
Oh, my God. She was weaving like she was on a loom. I'm going to remember that. That is good.
I'm just trying to throw stuff in there, you know. She was beautifully weaving through traffic, I tell you what.
I was losing it because I said to myself, oh, my goodness, this poor girl has no idea what's coming. And she put on a show, and I love that. She's
Carr
got
has
such
skills.
quick hands.
All the way back into the far corner. Ceballos with it, trying to avoid pressure by Rolf. Rolf has it outside the near circle. There's no quit in this Minnesota team. Off the side of the Michigan net. Now back behind. That fed all the way into the far corner. Carr with it there. Carr trying to get to Gordon. Gordon coming down
Nice
the far
play.
boards.
Nice move.
Gets it over to Dilla. Dilla gains the zone. Dilla. Drop pass. Trying to steal it away there. Into the near corner was Rolf. Fed ahead down the far boards. Perel has it. As that will skitter into the neutral zone. Fired right back deep by Ceballos.
Good communication. They're yelling deep because they want to make a change on the shift. Oh, here we go.
Carr
Out of the
has
corner.
it into the
Oh,
near
where is it?
corner. Wouldn't settle down. She had a problem finding it. Knocked down outside the far circle. As that puck into the near corner. Kalis with it there. Kalis onto that near circle, trying to pull it ahead. Here comes Hill. Hill all the way across to Perel. Perel gains his own, fires it back deep into the Michigan end. And puck back. Metz moves it around. Puck held in at the far point by Moore. Kalis trying to get it out of there. Michigan still digging, trying to poke it out of the zone. Minnesota puts it back deep. Metz.
Reverse.
Back behind her own goal. As Jarman providing heavy pressure. That comes top of the near circle, but here comes Michigan with it. Racing down the far boards, gaining the zone. And sent back over to Cummings. Cummings outside the far circle. Cummings in along the end board. That poked away from her. Cummings trying to get it back before Jarman can. Jarman feeds it right into the slot. Battle there. And
ooh, that's off. Boy, they missed that.
Michigan
Clearly
has to touch up. And now here comes Ross. Ross down the near boards. Ross.
Since I got a drone up here.
Fed back deep.
I am a drone up here.
We have a good view of the ice up in this press box. We're very, very grateful for the Minnesota folks letting us up here. Stopped, and Von Tersch covers it up. 7:52 left to go here in the second. 4-1, Michigan with the lead. I tell you what, we started our drive yesterday a lot later than I wanted to due to day job and work. But we did get to listen to the Michigan men's team with the 7-1 win over Penn State. We got to listen to the Michigan men's basketball team finally come away with a victory versus TCU. Nothing was easy besides that men's hockey game this weekend. Oh, as that comes back in along the near boards. We'll talk about the football game maybe a little later. I have a few gray hairs from that one, too.
Could be ice.
As icing waved off, Michigan underneath
trailer,
the near circle,
second person right
across.
there.
There's a shot by
shot.
Schaub.
There's two.
Trying
Oh,
to get another
yes.
one is Bobby, and it's in.
Bobby. That was
Bobby.
3 shots to get that. That is very lovely.
Good follow-up, great placement to get that, and Bobby puts it in
Nice
for
little
Michigan.
celly by Bobby. Ricky Bobby with the celly. Woo!
5-1 Michigan with the lead. As they scored twice, Minnesota
with the
made it
challenge,
2-1.
with the challenges of today, if this is an easier game, I'm okay with that.
It would not a bad thing.
There's no group I'd rather travel with, but it's still.
And it doesn't get any easier after this as they play Michigan Dearborn at Yost and then at Michigan Dearborn. And that's a top 10 team as well.
Yeah, and that's turned into quite the rivalry.
Face-off in the near face-off circle just outside the Michigan zone. Rolf in there to take the face-off. Bobby trying to come down the near boards. Now that brought right back in by Hill. Hill trying to fire it back deep. Secreto has it in the near corner. Secreto backhands it, trying to move it ahead to Schaub. Schaub.
Good time.
Still battling there. Secreto back behind the goal.
Nice
She's
moves.
taking on 2 Minnesota players. Perel into the far corner for Minnesota. Perel battling right back there.
Look at the trailer
trying
right
to come
there.
up out in front. Good job by Schaub to knock it away.
Yeah, that was a nice job for a non-defenseman to take that person coming through.
Here comes McGough. McGough trying to get around Jarman. McGough gains his own. Michigan goes for a line change. McGough into the near corner. McGough trying to get it back. Is that back into the neutral zone?
Good try.
Secreto trying to get to it. Well, Malashevsky and Secreto reached out, but just didn't have long enough arms. Into the far corner, Perel had it. Now here comes Michigan racing ahead with it. Farrell moves it ahead. Now Moore has it for Minnesota down the near boards. Chipped away by Malashevsky. Secreto, top of the near circle in her own zone. She moves it for Malashevsky. That slips past, grabbed by Mitchell, and she'll fire it deep into the Michigan zone with 6:10 left to go in this second period. Lindahl has the puck. Lindahl over on blue line. Lindahl. 2 Minnesota players in front of her. Lindahl
right
trying
there.
to make her way past, and she tried to get it over to Farrell. Just out of her reach into the near corner. Ross back behind the goal. Ross coming down the far boards with it.
Take it in and take it away from her. There we go.
Ceballos has it at her own blue line for Michigan. Ceballos, loose puck. Minnesota sweeps it back deep. Von Tersch stops it there, covers it up. Right back behind the Michigan goal.
Nice play. Finding space.
House moves it over the far side. That lifted deep as the puck right at the Minnesota blue line.
Into the bench again. I see a pattern there. Trying to hurt us from the ice on the bench.
As that'll go into the Michigan bench, and that will be into the Minnesota zone.
I want to see more weaving, more looning.
Well, there are some players on this Michigan team who absolutely have that ability
They
to
do.
walk a defense all the way in.
And I'm going to know it when we play them in the old puckers because they're going to weave on me. I don't not want to take Sam on one-on-one.
No kidding. As that all the way back to the far point, Kolwich holds it in there. Kolwich trying to.
And you know she wanted to go upstairs with that shot. She was disappointed that it was on the ice.
Absolutely into the near corner. Trying to get
There
it
we go.
across
Nice
his
pass.
car. Here comes Gordon
Yes!
with a shot.
Nice.
And that is
Pick the corner, stick side. I love it. Sam laid it right over to her.
Gordon's second goal of the game. She has 2, and that makes it Michigan 6 and Minnesota 1.
Wow, I'd love to see him move the puck like that and then finish with such a great shot to the post.
It was great puck movement, absolutely, in Michigan.
Good for Sam. I know she's got to miss Ava, but that was a nice play.
Face off right at center ice. Metz moves it in along the far boards, trying to fire it deep for Carr. Intercepted. Tia coming down the near boards for Minnesota.
Come on, guys,
Tia
don't let up. Don't let people walk around you.
over center ice. Tia into the zone, fires it into the far corner of the Michigan end. Altman has it there, right back behind the Michigan goal. Poked into the near corner. Ross has it there. Now trying to feed it ahead. Ross underneath the near circle.
She's open in front.
Back over to Jarman. Jarman gets it to Ross. That back to Jarman in the far corner.
Here we go.
Now go all the way back in along the far boards. Here comes Michigan.
Little
racing
weaving
ahead
here.
with
Little
it.
weaving.
Indeed, as here comes Carr. That's a
Oh!
blast, and boy, that thing had some pepper on it. Into the far corner, Altman with it, knocked down by Gordon. Gordon chips it back in along the end boards.
That's a spicy yarn.
Indeed, down the near boards.
Oh, look at this.
Stolen away. Here comes Cummings. Cummings with a backhanded shot.
Good
That got
steal.
knocked down
Nice
by Moore.
forecheck.
Moore brings it ahead right in front
you
of her
can't
own
walk
goal.
through the slot like that. I'm sorry.
She managed to do it without paying for it. That
Yeah.
moves into the near corner. Here comes
That'll make coaches old.
Tia. Deflects all the way back into the
It's
Michigan
good.
zone as that
Puck's good.
saucers all the way back, racing to get to it. McGough has it in along the end boards.
Nice play. Win the battle.
Coming down the near boards, Garbady. Garbady moves it, chips it into the Minnesota zone. Oler King all the way across to Mitchell underneath the near circle. Back to Oler King underneath the far circle. Oler King down the far boards, held in at the far point by Secreto. All the way back, gathered up by Mitchell underneath that far circle. Mitchell feeds it. That'll go all the way down. That'll end up with as a shot on goal. Stopped by Von Tersch. Outside the near circle. Beck trying to get it out in front. Now trying to grab that is Rolly Murph. Rolly Murph trying to feed it right out into the crease. And
Nice
that knocked
break
away. Good job to poke it back there. As that was Cummings who knocked it away. Now back deep, fired in back deep by Rolly Murph, right back behind the Michigan goal. Secreto trying to avoid pressure. Secreto on the far circle.
Right with you.
Back into the neutral zone, now knocked the other direction by Mitchell. Secreto has it at her own blue line, trying to set up there. Rolf trying to knock it away. That tip by Garbady, back deep into the far corner. Mitchell back behind her own goal into the near corner for Hallberg. Hallberg trying to dig it outside of the near circle, lifted high, held in by Kolwich.
Play.
Ricochet off the near board.
There you
Shot.
go. Oh, just a tip by.
Steered away by Mitchell. Good defense by Mitchell. That comes right back to the
Way
near
to
point.
keep it in.
Secreto with an awesome job holding it in. Pulled away by Bobby. Bobby pinned into
There,
the
right
boards.
front. Ooh,
Duffany underneath the far
short
circle.
side, short side.
Duffany
There.
out in front. Bobby trying to get it on a one touch, and that
We're
tipped
not done
away.
yet.
Secreto back into the neutral zone, and a
Oh,
whistle, and that is
we
going to
got a
be a
penalty?
penalty on a holding call.
On us?
I believe so, because we just touched it there.
Yeah.
So
Kira.
159 penalty to Michigan, and into the box
Schaub.
is Shaw. So Michigan shorthanded for the next, if they don't score the next 1 minute 59
They
seconds,
got to
we'd
start
have
the
a 1
next
second
period with 1 second power play. Oh boy, that'll be tricky.
face off. That is going to be Devon Tersch's left. Trying to pull that away. Puck in along the far boards.
Ooh.
Kolwich trying to dig it out there, battling with Hill. Now Hallberg trying to poke that out as well. Altman feeds it outside the far circle to Hallberg. Hallberg Malashevsky trying to knock that away. Kolwich trying to get to it. Here
Take
comes
your time.
Malashevsky.
Oh,
Now
my.
Lindahl trying to get back
Oh!
past it. Oh, what a good job by
Nice
Ollerking.
skate, because that was a breakaway.
Oh, yeah, if she didn't get a little stick on it. Now coming into the near corner is Jarman. Jarman, top of the near circle for
Oh,
Ollerking.
nice
and a
save.
by
She's
Van
still there.
Tersch.
That's
Still
2-3.
loose. Still trying to get to it and now covered up.
Wow.
Oh, Von Tersch with
Good for
excellent
held her
work.
ground.
1:21 left to go here in the second. 6-1 Michigan with the lead. 1:22 left to go in the power play for Minnesota. As that will be a face-off in the far face-off circle. Gordon in there. Versus Rolf.
Oh, that was out.
Able to hold it in for the official. Now it slips back out into the neutral zone. Back to get it is Moore.
Thought I saw white between, but hey, I'm not making the big bucks with the stripes.
Is that tipped right back into the neutral zone. Moore trying to send it in. Grabbed by Ross. Ross
They got
gains
some
the
hop.
zone. Ross, top of the near circle. Ross into the near corner. Ross feeding it right through the crease. Then all the way back to the far point. Moore holds it in there. Outside the far circle. Centering attempt, and Von Tersch able to get to it. That was almost friendly fire as that went off of a defender's stick, and Von Tersch able to grab it. Woo! That was
Yeah, those can be the worst.
49.1 seconds left to go here in the period. 50 seconds left on the power play.
They're going to outshoot us this period.
Garbady in to take
Although
the face-off.
A lot of our shots didn't count because they went behind her.
Versus Rolf now. That fed into the neutral zone. Moore has it there. Back to her own blue line. Moore down the near boards. Tia gains the zone,
Come on,
and that's offside.
offsides.
Yep.
Yeah, jeez, what is it about offsides and us?
So that'll come back outside of the Michigan zone in the near face-off circle with 37.9 seconds left to go here in the second. And Garbady trying to win that versus Rolf. The puck into the Michigan zone. Ross has it. Sacredo trying to knock it away. That in along the end boards.
Too many D behinds.
Still trying to dig it out of there as it's pinned in against the boards. 26 seconds left to go here in the second.
Nice kill.
Down the far boards, Michigan sends it all the way back to the blue line. Moore trying to fire it right back in. Is that sent in by Ross? That'll go right back behind the Michigan goal.
Just take your time. Let them come to you.
McGough down the near boards.
go.
That tip back into the neutral zone. 6
That
seconds
should do
left
it.
to go. 5,
Oh, my.
4,
Come on,
3.
she's
Here
got
comes
2.
Garbady. 2-1, and that knocked away. That'll do it. Garbady with a shorthanded opportunity, but a really good job by James to come out and poke check it away.
Yeah, because otherwise she was a sitting duck. And actually, we had a trailer, too. So I had 11 shots for them for two-period total of 19. And I had 9 for us, which is 23.
And on the board, they have 26 for us and 9 for Minnesota. So they're not being kind to the Minnesota team, but that's okay. Again, we're not picking on the people running the scoreboard. It is
No.
a hard job.
It's cold down there, too,
It's
when
cold.
you're doing nothing, she said.
And you are at ice level, too. So it's hard to see everything sometimes. Whereas we're up in kind of the, as who used to say, the eye in the sky doesn't lie, right? So.
There you go.
So it is 6-1 Michigan with the lead over Minnesota. And thoughts on that second period where it was a 2-1 game, 1-goal game going into the second, and Michigan able to make some hay, 4 goals in the second.
Yeah, I mean, we're shaking the rust off. We're getting we need to win by minimum 5 or 6 to help with our ranking so that we're on target there. We didn't get as many shots as we would have liked. But I love the way we're moving the puck and we're winning the battles.
Absolutely.
So there's no criticism here. I appreciate the effort.
And unless she's screened or whatnot, James isn't going to give up an easy one. But, you know, you keep on working at it 3 times, knocking away at it, and it goes in, and that will take care of that. Well, let's take a break, and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and hope that we don't lose internet connection during this intermission.
There you go.
But so long as we have the games on, that's all that matters. As here is a little bit of the Michigan Marching Band. It's the second period, so it's time for I Can't Turn You Loose.
Well, good afternoon, and welcome once again to the Michigan Amphitheater. You know, so much of the music we hear today is this pre-programmed electronic disco. You never get a chance to hear master bluesmen practicing their craft. By the year 2006, the music now known as the blues will exist only in the classical record department of your local public library. And so, this afternoon, while we still can, let us welcome, from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Gary Lewis and his blues band. Gary Lewis and his blues band.
6-1 is the Michigan lead here live at Ritter Ice Arena on the campus of the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Taking a look at the last week in ACHA action. Starting back on the 8th, it was Providence beating Rhode Island 4-2. Michigan State beat Indiana Tech by a score of 2-0. It was Pittsburgh 8 and Davenport 6. Final in overtime, Midland and Jamestown tied at 1 apiece. It was Colorado beating Grand Valley 5-3. Michigan Dearborn beat McKendree 3-1. As that's a big top 10 matchup, that out in O'Fallon, Illinois. It was Utah beating Grand Canyon 4-2. Liberty beat Maryville by a score of 2-1. 5-1. Indiana Tech over Michigan State. Again, it lists them playing twice there. One must be the D1, the other one must be the D2. Nope, they're both D1. So interestingly enough, taking a look, it was UMass Amherst beating this Minnesota team 3-1. Colorado State over Wyoming 6-2. That was that Miami game. And then 5-1 Denver and 4-2 Adrian. Taking a look at other action that happened last Sunday. That was Michigan State beating Colorado 3-1. It was Colorado State over Denver 6-3. Rhode Island beat Minnesota 3-0. We know about the tie between Miami and Michigan. It was a 3-2 win. McKendree over Michigan Dearborn in overtime. Liberty beat Maryville 5-3. It was Adrian College beating Lake Superior State 5-1. That was last Sunday. Taking a look and seeing if there were any midweek games. On Thursday, it was McKendree beating Arizona State 1-0. Grand Canyon University beating University of Denver 5-2. And Adrian beating Michigan Indiana Tech 2-1. And then yesterday, action in the ACHA. It was 5-1 Penn State over Rhode Island. 3-2 Grand Canyon beat Colorado. 3-0 Minot over Jamestown. It was Utah shutting out Arizona 2-0. 7-2 Miami over Eastern Michigan. It was McKendree shutting out Arizona State 2-0. Liberty beat UMass Amherst 6-2, and it was Montana beating Denver 5-0. Taking a look and seeing if there are any actions or results from today as of yet. And it does not look. Penn State beat Rhode Island 2-1. It was Minot beating Jamestown 5-3 today. Utah beat Arizona 3-2. And that is all the scores from today. Taking a look at the Michigan schedule, looking at last night, that was items. Cross-country women's ended up 6th out of 32 in the NCAA Great Lakes Regional. Men's cross-country was 5th out of 30. It was women's volleyball beating Ohio State 3-0. Men's hockey beat Penn State 7-1. Men's basketball beat TCU 67-63. Today in wrestling, Michigan beat Arizona State 30-10. In football, it was 24-22 over Northwestern. In women's basketball, 93-54. As that puck back, coming ahead with it down the near boards, sent back deep into the Michigan zone. Back to full strength are the Wolverines. That puck out into the far corner, off the side of the net. Pulled back as Bobby trying to get to it. Bobby battling right back behind her own goal. Now Kolwich trying to pull that away. That puck comes outside the far circle. Schwab with it there. Schwab gets it back into the neutral zone. Gathered up by Mitchell. Mitchell coming down. Firing it deep for Minnesota. Back deep into the Michigan zone. Ceballos outside the far circle. Trying to get back to it. Ceballos in along the end boards. Bobby has it right back behind Von Tersch. Now Kolwich down the near boards. Intercepted by Ross. Ross into the near corner. Ross trying to pull that away as that puck comes. And trying to tip it away is Shaw. Jarman has it outside the far circle. As that puck right back behind the Michigan goal. Knocked down, and battle for it. That is probably going to be a penalty on Michigan, a roughing call. Michigan back to the penalty kill.
Kira.
At 18:57.
I miss any shots?
Not really.
No, okay. I got into a fight with a vending machine.
Well, these things happen.
The three treats sitting on the tray. I haven't had any food.
So I would
And a
brought
pop. I'm like,
a couple things. That top of the near circle shot.
There we
Good
go.
job to knock that away. Beautiful job coming ahead by Garbetti. Garbetti trying to get to it. That tipped ahead by Oler King. That grabbed by Hill. Hill feeds it down the far boards. Knocked down, loose puck outside the near circle. Trying to get to it is Jarman. Puts it into the near corner. Garbetti trying to pull that away. Now right back behind Von Tersch. Tipped away by Secreto. Nice
play
move.
to keep it behind the net.
Now Hallberg
Got it.
fires it. That goes right through. Another
Nice
shot
block
from the far
right
circle.
down to block it.
Great job by Cummings to block it. That comes all the way back outside the near circle. Hallberg, one-timer that knocked away as Oler King had it. Now Michigan clears it all the way down. 1:14 left to go in the power play.
All that action and no shots.
18:05 left to go here in the third. 6-1 Michigan with the lead. Here comes Rolf for Minnesota. Tipped away. Grabbed as Carr has it outside the near circle. Carr battling three Minnesota players. Carr.
And holding her own. I love it.
Indeed. And pulled right back as Perel has it back behind her own goal. Perel down the far boards. Carr trying to chip that away. Loose top of the far circle. Perel now top of the near circle, feeds it right to the blue line. Here comes Ross. Ross coming down the near boards. That right to the Michigan blue line, trying to poke it back deep as Perel. Now Ross has it. High slot in the Michigan zone.
Scoot.
Fires it. That just goes wide to the far side, right back behind the Michigan goal. Right out in front. All the way back to the far point. Moore has to retreat into the neutral zone. 20 seconds left in the Minnesota power play. Ross coming down the far boards. Puck right back behind the Michigan goal.
Rip it.
And that blasted by Ferris, held in by Hall. Now here
Nice.
comes Carr. Carr trying to work her way.
Wow.
And
20,
tipped away from her.
22 is all over the ice.
Yeah,
Flying.
Ross has a lot of speed.
There we go.
Moore had it. That puck outside the near
Julia's
circle.
open front.
Malashevsky trying to fire it. That just over Lindahl. Coming the other direction is Tia. Tia fires it back into the neutral zone, gathered up by the Michigan defense. And here comes Malashevsky. Malashevsky gains his own, top of the near circle. Gets it over to Lindahl. Back
Nice.
to Malashevsky.
Oh,
Fired in,
oh,
loose.
oh.
And covered
Boy,
up.
Be careful. They had a player in the crease covering that puck.
So James able to get a big stop. Penalty has expired. 16:33 left to go here in the third. Michigan up 6-1.
So we killed 3, 2,
Yep.
3.
We have killed
That'll help our
1,
percentage.
2, yes, 3 out there. Now Kolwich gets it into the near corner. Mitchell trying to pull that away, battling in that near corner. Puck comes top of the near circle. All the way across, grabs Ceballos. And glove saved by James. 16-17 left to go here in the third. Michigan with a 5-goal lead.
There was a certain amount of questions about our 11 shots in the last period by my tally, but I said I miss them. I don't add more.
Indeed. Not
I get
typically.
involved in the game. I miss them. Not.
Cummings gets it back to the far point.
Oh!
Shot save. Garbetti with a blast. That off of a defender. And back.
Boy,
Comes
those are
into the
juicy
slot.
rebounds.
Coming down. Perel has it. Perel moves it down the near boards. That puck into the near corner. Perel going right back behind the goal. Perel into the far corner with it. Centering attempt that goes all the way back. Ricochets off the near board. Sent back deep by Olorkin. Rolf in the near corner of the Michigan zone. That puck into the far corner. Kolwich goes to get it, trying to avoid Perel. Cummings tipping it. That poke back. Here comes Garbetti. Garbetti. Oh, good job to knock that away by Olorking. Garbetti and Olorking battling in along the far board.
Way to play the body.
Cummings trying to get to it. Now here comes Perel. Perel over on blue line. Through center ice. Perel knocks it back deep. Bobby picks it up on
Nice
the far
job
circle.
to back her up on defense.
And back to Ceballos. Ceballos backhands it. She feeds it ahead. Then off of a skate. Trying to feed it ahead to Bobby. Bobby gets it back into the neutral zone. And tipped back into the Michigan zone, in along the near board. Secreto has it. Intercepted, coming in. Jarman firing it out in front.
Nice.
Von Tersch with the save.
They're
And
going to
no,
call
they
that
put
a
it
goal.
in.
They're going to call that a goal.
They put it in as Minnesota gets a goal. That looks like that's Hill who put it in. That at 14:59.
Well, you have an issue with two referees, and two linesmen refereeing. That's tough call, but did sneak behind her from my angle.
Indeed, as Minnesota stops a 4-goal Michigan run, as now it's 6-2. Michigan puts it back deep. Olerking has it back behind her own goal. Olerking feeds it down the near boards.
Honestly, we can't let up because we need every goal in rankings.
Schaub over to McGough. McGough fires it that wide outside the near circle. Altman has it there. Altman into the near corner. Altman feeds it back behind Olerking. Underneath the far circle. Trying to get it out of there is Hill. That's sent down deep into the Michigan zone. Grabbing it is Secreto, top of the far circle of her own end. Secreto weaves the other direction. Secreto.
Yep.
Now over center ice. Secreto fires it down. And we'll pick up as Moore has it back behind the goal. Moore.
Tough
Ahead. And grabbed as trying to get to it there was Elling.
Another one into the bench.
Indeed, that one a little bit friendly fire there. 14:08 left to go here in the third. It is Michigan 6, Minnesota 2. Michigan would love to get another goal to stop any momentum that the Gophers have. That's sent all the way across by Mitchell. Now Moore feeds it down the far boards.
Ooh.
Grabbed by Metz. Metz loses an edge.
Trouble, person, body open in front.
Into the near corner it comes. Michigan trying to feed it down
Way
the
to
near
talk,
boards.
way to
Carr
talk.
gets it ahead. Now down the near boards. Dilla backhands it out in front off the side of the net. Carr trying to get to it. That back to Ferris. Ferris sent in that off of a skate. Picked up by Dilla.
There.
Out into the slot.
Oh.
Gordon trying to get to it. She was looking for a hat trick there.
This is where we've been at our best in these plays in tight.
Now Carr outside the far circle. That chipped by Minnesota. Held in. Into the slot. Loose. Back in. Out in front. Carr coming in. Fires it and goal! Michigan as Carr forehand, backhand, and then upper left-hand corner as she got James to go down and put it over.
Oh, man, that was what patience. Just patience. Back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. That poor goalie doesn't know what hit her.
That was, there's not much she could do about that one.
No.
As Carr just really.
She's got such quick hands. That was fun.
She is very
And
skilled
she
at
did what she
skating.
wanted to do in that last one that was on the ice. She roofed it
Yeah. Oh,
from
yeah.
point blank.
That was impressive as Kolwich has it back in along her own blue line. 13-14 left to go. 7-2 Michigan with the lead. James moves that back behind her own goal, deep in the Minnesota zone. Trying to pull that away, Malashevsky. Trying a breakout pass. Ceballos trying to get past as Ross back deep. Ross again, a blazer on the ice. Puck into the far corner. Ross back behind the goal, trying to fire it out in front. That puck loose.
Whoops,
As
whoops,
that
whoops,
went
trouble.
off of a skate shot there. Is that
Ooh.
deflected all the way back to the
Nice
near
block because she was point blank.
Oler King trying to feed it over. That pulled back by Michigan. Malashevsky down the near boards over to Kalis.
Nice.
Kalis ahead to Lindahl. Lindahl trying to get back behind the defense. Lindahl
nice
shot
shot.
saved by James. Lindahl sitting at 98 points in her ACHA career, looking for 100. Kolwich with his shot. That went off of a leg.
Defenseman did a nice job on that one because they didn't give Lindahl, didn't get a penalty, but didn't give Lindahl the room she needed.
She did not have much room. Kolwich all the way across, coming ahead with it. Into the zone as moved back by Ceballos. Shot there. And steered wide as Farrell had a good shot. Now on to the near circle.
Oh, no,
Trying
she's
to
coming
get it
out
to Cummings
behind.
in the slot, and puck wouldn't settle down. And back,
Tip it by-
Arbady
ooh.
fires it back. Now here comes Minnesota. Olerking over the block M. Olerking into the zone. Good job sticking away by Kolwich. Altman feeds it right back behind the
They
goal.
got nobody in front.
All the way back into the neutral zone. Moore feeds it right back into the Michigan end. McGough outside the far circle with 11:39 left to go here in the third. Michigan up 7-2. Intercepted. Here comes Farrell. Farrell moves it over. Grabbed. Here comes Minnesota as Elling had it. Now Hill chips it off the glass back into the neutral zone. McGough feeds it, but that grabbed right at the blue line by Minnesota. Knocked down by Garbady in along the near boards. That skitters all the way back into the Michigan end. McGough has it in the far corner.
Settle it down, guys. Find an open body.
McGough right back behind her own
Good
goal.
play.
Is out there trying
Nice area pass out there to
Rolly Murph was providing pressure. That sent right back into the neutral zone.
There we go.
Here comes Michigan gaining the zone, coming in. Shot there by Bobby. That deflected by Moore. Moore feeds it in along the far boards. Secreto holds it in at the far point. Secreto
Nice.
onto the far circle. Grab by Minnesota, trying to head
Bobby
the other
putting it
direction.
all
Was
out
back. And Bobby reaching out, trying to block that. Here comes Minnesota. Moore down the far boards. Moore puts it deep into the far corner. Now back, right back behind the Michigan goal. Picked up by Ceballos. Ceballos pinned against the boards is Perel trying to feed it. Now outside the near circle, here comes Secreto. Secreto feeds it across. Michigan coming down the far boards. Gaining the zone is Schaub. Schaub. And knocked away. Good job
Almost.
by Hallberg. Now Rolf the other direction.
She skated right into her.
Runs into Michigan player, loses an edge. Ferris all the way across. Now chipped off the far board. Michigan trying to get it into the neutral zone. Gordon gathers it up there. Gordon back to her own blue line. Now across to Ferris. Ferris up the near side of the ice. Strong pass ahead to Carr. Carr into the near corner. She had the last goal. Carr out in front. And grab by Minnesota, loses an edge. Dilla trying to fire it back deep. Carr into the far corner. Carr battling with Hallberg. Now that puck, top of the
Nice
far
play.
circle
Give it
coming
up.
in. Colwich. Colwich.
Yep,
That
nice
tipped
shot.
out in front, and a good job by James. As Dilla looking for a rebound, but James would not oblige.
I love seeing Sam's game with the added passes to her teammates rather than try to do it all herself, because that opens so much more up for her,
Absolutely.
and she can take it when she can, and when she can't, she gives it up and she gets it back too.
9:33 left to go. Here comes Hill coming down the near boards. We're in the third. Over as that out in
can't
front.
leave somebody like that. Good play by Mallory to be aggressive with that stick.
Jarman trying to get it right out in front as that was Altman with it. And good job to poke check that away. Here comes Carr. Carr coming down the far boards. She's pinned against the board. That brought right back in by Hill. And
Nice block.
knocked away by Elling. Now Colwich down the near boards.
Nice pass.
Through the neutral zone. Outside the far circle with
got
it
a
is Dilla.
trailer.
Dilla to the slot. And move back,
She's
and
got
Moore
a
coming
lane.
the other direction. Moore for Minnesota gains the Michigan zone. Top of the far circle, Moore goes back behind the Michigan goal. Underneath the near circle now. Secreto trying to knock it away from her. Malashevsky trying
Nice
to poke it
play.
away from Beck. Now Rolly Murphy has it outside the far circle. Chipped there. Michigan gets it back into
All
the
by
neutral
herself.
zone, coming ahead with it. As that puck trying to feed it in front was McGough. And pulled right back behind the goal. Held in at the near point by Lindahl. Secreto trying to fire it back deep. Lindahl in along the near boards. Trying to hold it in. That back into the neutral zone. Michigan, McGough has it in her own zone. Banks
Nice
it ahead to
pass.
Lindahl into the zone. Lindahl has that knocked away as Olerking gets it back into the neutral zone. Metz into the far corner. She has it right back behind her own goal. Now over to Secreto. Secreto moves it into the neutral zone. Here comes Kalis. Kalis
Oh, she's giving you space.
in
There you
top
go.
of the near circle.
Oh.
Shot there. James with a save. 7:50 left to go here in the third. Perel moves it into the neutral zone. Here comes Ross. Ross with a head of steam. Ross in the slot. Ross drop pass into the far corner for Rolf. Rolf trying to move it back, trying to return the favor, and a
that was
good
close.
defensive stick stops that move in the crease.
Ooh.
Now firing ahead is Tia. Michigan intercepts in their own zone. Ferris ricochets it off the near board. Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl, two Gophers in front of her. Lindahl, top of the far circle, trying to get it to Farrell. That puck loose in the slot. Oh, just slipped past Garbady. Ceballos holds it in. There's a shot by Garbady and a save by James.
Yeah. Oh.
Shot by Farrell off the side of the net. Now Jarman puts it down the far boards. Minnesota. Perel coming down the near boards into the Michigan zone. Perel has it in along the M boards. Back behind the Michigan goal, off the back of the goal. Jarman trying to get to it. Now fed ahead right into the neutral zone. Perel has it at her own blue line. Moves it back
Tough
over
pass.
to Hallberg. That's sent right back deep. Trying to pull it away. Battle for it outside the far circle. Here comes Hill the other direction. Intercepted
play.
by Colwich. Colwich top of the far circle, but that ricocheted right back to the near point. Colwich and Altman battling there. Puck into the near corner. Cummings with it, trying to send
Need
it
somebody
into
in
the
front.
slot.
They need somebody in front.
As Aller King gets it down the far boards. Hill racing in and dumps it deep into the Michigan end with 6:18 left to go here in the third. 7-2 Michigan with the lead. Puck outside the near circle in the Michigan zone. Elling trying
Smart
to get
play.
to it. Sent right back deep before a line change for Michigan. Moore has it. Cross ice pass over to Mitchell. Intercepted by McGough.
There you go. There you go.
Beck trying to get to it. Back to Moore on the near circle of her own zone. Ahead to Elling. And deep into the Michigan zone. Top of the near circle. Secreto. Bank pass ahead. Mitchell chases it back deep into the Minnesota zone. Underneath the near circle. Moore with it in her own end. Now back over. Back at her own blue line. Sends it into the neutral zone. Coming ahead with it is Elling. High slot. Moves it back. Schaub trying to knock that away. McGough chases it right back behind her own goal from the near side to the far side to the near side.
Just a grind now. We're just grinding it out.
Duffany. Good pass ahead over to Schaub. Schaub firing it. That
she had
just
that
goes
fire.
wide.
She had that corner.
Puck outside the near circle. Duffany trying to poke that away. Duffany comes away with it. As Beck trying to knock it away. Now Moore sends it for a ride into the far corner. Mitchell trying to get it out of the zone. Grabbed by Secreto. Top of the far circle. Secreto into the far corner.
Somebody drop back on D.
Dilla trying to pull that away. Dilla back there.
Open that.
Oh, boy. Secreto
Wow.
just missed it. As she tried to backhand and the puck kind of wouldn't settle down. Secreto has it at the blue line.
Goalie threw her stick back, I think, too.
As
Nice
Michigan
play.
at their own blue line. Coming ahead with it is Carr. Carr gains the zone down the far board. She's ridden off the puck.
Oh,
Loose
here
top
we
of
go.
the far swords. Gordon with a
Chip.
shot. That knocked away out in front. Puck into the far
Nobody
corner.
at the point. We need somebody to drop back.
Carr trying to dig it out of there.
Good, Manami. Get back there.
Now Gordon trying to poke that away.
Winning that
Big
battle.
battle with Hallberg. And pulled back by Rolf. Rolf underneath the near circle. Now Perel down the near boards. Held in. Good job to intercept by Carr. Carr coming near circle. Shot
good
there.
shot.
Right out in front was Dilla.
Yep.
4:06 left to go here in the third. 7-2. Michigan with the lead. Battle for it in the near corner. Minnesota comes away with it as here comes Perel over her own blue line. Over to Ross down the far boards. Ross makes a move into the zone, out to the far circle. Shot
Nice
there.
save.
Good glove save by Von Hirsch.
Flashed the leather. That's only the second shot I have for them in this period, and I don't know what they're doing with their shots on goal on the scoreboard.
They have 35-11 for the game with 3:47 left to go here in the third. First of two games we'll have at 1:30 Eastern time tomorrow, 12:30 Central. Here comes Michigan down the near boards. Lindahl with it. Lindahl, local player from Plymouth, Minnesota, with a shot, and that's a save by James.
Now, what's funny is they have the Michigan shots exactly right. I have 36 also.
Well, there you go. That's something, right?
Yeah, and I have 21 for them, and they have 11.
Malashevsky in to take the face off. On the other side is Jarman with 3:34 left to go here in the third. 7-2, Michigan with the lead. Held in at the far point. Here comes Malashevsky with a poke, and that just goes wide. James got a piece of it. Windahl with a shot again. A pad save by James. Malashevsky into the near corner. Trying to dig it out there. Minnesota all the way across. Picked up. Now coming down the far boards is Hill. Hill fires it deep. Puck into the near corner of the Michigan zone. Fed ahead by Ferris. Battle for it as Mitchell trying to get to it. Kalis had it. Now here comes Lindahl. Lindahl has that poked, popped up high right at the Michigan blue line.
Good idea. Send it back.
Back to Ferris. Now down the far boards. Metz has it. Metz trying to put it ahead, but Olerking has it at her own blue line. Olerking down the near boards over to Tia. Tipped right back by Ferris. Here comes Kalis. Kalis trying to come down with 2:40 left to go here in the third. Michigan gets a line change as that's sent ahead by Farrell. Farrell.
Hey,
Miami,
guys, make it easy on yourselves. Get it out of
Miami
here.
player last year. Farrell trying to pull that away. She sends it down the far boards, trying to get it back. Farrell moves it into the far corner. Olerking trying to get to it.
She can fly.
Farrell back behind as that goes all the way back to the far point. Held in there by Cevallos. Cevallos trying to put it back deep, but that intercepted by Minnesota with 2:13 left to go.
2-on-2.
Coming ahead with it is Olerking, knocked away. 7-2, Michigan with the lead. Kolwich back in along the end boards.
Good reach.
She knocks that
trouble.
away from Buck.
Personal.
Buck back trying to
Remember?
fire it in front.
open in front.
Peral into the far corner. She has one of the 2 Minnesota goals. Kolwich puts it in
Yeah,
along
got
the far
room,
board.
Got room.
Michigan coming down the far boards over to Farrell. Farrell over center ice, tipped by Garbady. That into a defender's stick for the Golden Gophers. Ross has it on the far circle of her own zone. Moves it over to Tia. Tia on the near circle of her own zone. Held
There you
in
go.
by Kolwich. Kolwich into the slot.
Oh,
Loose.
that's our
Trying
spot.
to get
That's
to it
our
is
spot.
Cummings. Cummings trying to get to it
Oh,
is
we just had friendly fire.
miscommunication.
Yeah, took a couple blues out.
As that puck down is McGough trying to get it into the Minnesota zone, but here comes Minnesota. Down the near boards is Ross. Ross fires it deep into the Michigan zone with 1:16 left to go. Moved along into the far corner by McGough. Now Secreto trying to pull it away. The puck back behind the Michigan goal. Bobby moves it down the near board. Here comes Duffany. Duffany trying to get it out of the zone. Puck into the neutral zone, but sent right back in with 1 minute left to play here in the third. 7-2, Michigan with the lead. McGough down the far boards, grabbed by Schaub. Now pulled down the near boards. Tia moves it to the Michigan zone. That's sent back into the neutral zone. Schaub battling a pair of Gophers with it. Schaub gets it away from Elling. Now down the far boards is Gordon. Gordon into the far corner. Gordon spins with it. Gets it back to Secreto at the far point. 29 seconds left to go. 7-2, Michigan with the lead. As Secreto in along the far boards. 21 seconds left to go. Puck into the far corner. And that pulled by Jarman. Jarman all the way across in along the near boards. Elling gets it back into the Michigan zone with 11 seconds left to go. Metz, cross ice pass over to Secreto. 8 seconds left to go. That puck down to the blue line. Tipped over. 4 seconds left. 3, 2, shot there. Loose. And that will do it. Michigan wins the first of 2 games. 7-2. As the second of 2 games here at Minnesota will be 1:30 Eastern Time tomorrow, 12:30 Central here at Ritter Ice Arena. If you're local in the area in the Twin Cities, please come on down. We'd love to see you here.
We've drove and flew a long way. They can come from anywhere, right? Come on.
That is fair. That is fair. Hey, you want to make a drive? We would love to see you here. It's a beautiful rink.
Promise you get in free, good seats.
Fun time had by all. Any final thoughts before you run
Well,
down to
I'm
sing
glad
the victors?
we shook off the rust. 5-goal differential shouldn't hurt us in the rankings. Got to run and give a first puck.
There you
Kira.
go.
So go blue. That was fun.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach Ned. We'll see you tomorrow.
Well, it looked like there's KG, Izzy, and Lucy. I got to see them too.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yep.
Lucy Hansen and
Yep.
Katie German and Izzy German. So
Fantastic.
appreciate that and great to see them, and we'll let you go run. So for my camera person, Christina Wiseman, my name is Mark Wiseman. Final from Ritter Ice Arena, 7-2, Michigan with the win. We will return tomorrow for the completion of this weekend series. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate whichever team you're rooting for. We are very grateful for your support of these amazing athletes. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic rest of your evening. We'll see